Okay, so let me take a quick recap of yeah, am I audible? Okay, let me take a quick recap of what we have done. So we have started with kind of a cipher. So this one is the first cipher, Caesar cipher. So what we have done yesterday is what is the kind of statements, and this is the way that it is going to be done. Okay. So now in terms of cryptanalysis, so already we have done yesterday that of course there are total 26 kind of possible ciphers, and with even with one it maps to itself. The plain text will become the ciphertext itself become the plain text, which there is a zero is there, right, as a key. Okay, so that is the way even one can try to do just shifting, and they can try to get what is the answer is there. Okay. Okay, so now I just want you people that can you tell me for this particular sentence, this is coming now, GCUA space VQ DT GCM. So what is the sentence here? Just take quick questions. If I want to break, let's say this is the ciphertext that I receive over the network. I want to break it. Fine, you can write a program, but without program, can you tell me right now that what will be supposed to be plain text here? I know the plain text there are having a 3 words. Okay, that's I know because there are only 3 words in ciphertext. The space is as it is. So what is my plain text? Any guess from anyone?
It says easy to break.
Yeah, that's I know it easy to break. Can you tell me what is the sentence?
That's the sentence.
Oh, that's the sentence. Wow, that's good. So the answer is easy to break with a shift of a 2. Okay. So in that way, so thing is there. So like I think what you have done right now in a mind, similarly you can write a kind of a program, and that will give you all the 26 possible ciphers, and from that using our kind of English language and dictionary ways, you can check which one is the most possible match with the message, and according to that you will get what is the key. So once you get a key from one message, that's you can try to utilize for the all the remaining message, right? Because if they are using the same key, of course mostly it will be a symmetric key, so they are using the same key, so every time you can try to do the things. Now sometime it may happen that just I'm giving you a kind of a brief overview that also we are going to see in a future classes. Sometime if I want to change the key, okay, just let me ask you one hypothetical scenario that let's say the Julius Caesar want to change the key. Okay, now there is a military troops over somewhere, okay, a far distance. So it's can right now, for example, the key is 2, right? Now somehow it's Julius Caesar want to change it to the 3. How it will do? It will again send a one person telling the military person that the now key is changed to 3 or what? Because it cannot tell the whatever the person who is carrying the message that the key is now changed from 2 to 3, otherwise the key is going to be leaked. So there is a way that sometime to change a key, you can simply add those things or sentence or a way in a message, whatever the last message. So that's what is going to be changed from the next subsequent messages. So like it's like at the end of certain, let's say, days or months or so and so on, you can take a call that according to that the new key will be generated and the new key will be sent it with the last message. So even if only if the last message is compromised, then the thing is create a problem. Otherwise the key is changed. So whatever attacker is trying to get a kind of a key, it can become a hard that again then you have changed the key, again the attacker have to find out the next key, so and so on. So that's where sometimes people are using these techniques. So this is a naive technique. We are going to modify this naive technique in the future chapters, that how we can make it more scramble. The more and more scramble we are make it is hard for attackers to get the message. Okay, so this is one way is you can say the mono alphabetic cipher. Now what is the meaning of mono alphabetic cipher? As the name suggests, at a time you will take one character and you are going to, try to replace those characters with other character, right? In the Caesar cipher, what you have done is you have take the character, you have, replace those character with the next. At a time one character will become, you are going to change it, so and so on. Okay, so now you can make this thing as a generalize also. How you can make it generalize? Okay, so here you can say this one thing is with any other letter, you are taking any other letter, right? How it is different from the Caesar cipher? Can anyone tell? I think here I am also seeing a shift from A to D, B to K. How it is different from a Caesar cipher?
The shift is not constant.
Yes.
The shift is not constant.
That's a great answer, Nachiket. The shift is not constant, right? In a Caesar cipher, we have a shift is constant. Like if we replace A by D, then B is replaced by E anyhow, right? We don't have a choice in that thing. That's replaced by that fix. But here we can see that here we are replacing B with K. So whatever the character that is not yet taken, that's we are going to replace with the other character. It means there is a one-to-one mapping is fine. There is no repetition is there, and still there is arbitrary shifting is there. Okay, in terms of that. So compared to Caesar cipher, this one is a strong because here how many possibilities you have generally. Okay, so let's say just one example is there. Once you have your plain text and ciphertext is means the key is fixed, then you can go ahead with here, plain text. So whatever here you can see the I is replaced by W here. So similarly here I is replaced by W here. So whatever thing is map here, F is replaced by I here. Similarly F is replaced by I. So once you have this particular, mapping is done, then you can apply to the particular on the all the plain text and then you will get the ciphertext. Similarly, it's a reverse mapping. Okay, right? For a receiver, what is the reverse mapping? Receiver will do whenever there is a kind of a D, there is replaced by A, K is replaced by B, V is replaced by C. So that's why the reverse mapping for a receiver. So similarly, when the receiver will get the ciphertext with the reverse mapping, receiver will get the plain text. Okay. So now what is the advantage here? Now we have a 26 particular kind of a factorial because all the permutations are possible, right? So all the particular keys is there. So it means for an attacker, if attacker want to do like in a Caesar cipher with the brute force, so the 26 things that we have tried different cipher that plain text, that is actually we call the brute force because we have tried all. So here with the brute force, I think you can see that this many keys the attacker supposed to have a tried. Okay, and that is somewhat you can say it's secure, but something we are missing here, right? It looks like yes, this one is secure, but here we are taking, you can say the advantage of English language, or you can say the disadvantage of English language. Okay, so any guess that even if with these things, still how I can try to attack? Just a wild guess I'm asking, then we are going to do a cryptanalysis, but I will give you the hint, something of an English language that will come here in the advantage. Of course, you cannot apply the brute force attack. Otherwise, you have a, fall
Hello?
into something. Yes.
Sir, the number of times a character is used in language.
Very good. So that's what we said, the frequency analysis attack in terms of how character is. So what is that thing in English language?
Dictionary attack.
Dictionary attack, we cannot do it because we don't know exact mapping, because once we have an answer, then we can try the dictionary attacks.
Hello.
Yes. So how we can
Sir,
use the frequency? Yes.
so some words have higher frequency than others, like the. So by using that, we can find out that.
Correct. Correct. I think very good. The certain things like even in this particular slides, you can see that T is repeating multiple times, E is repeating multiple times. So in a English language, certain characters are repeating multiple times, right? So that things you will come here in the picture, because anyhow, if the letter is repeating multiple times, so that whatever the corresponding letter in the cipher, that is what we have done, that is also going to be repeated in a ciphertext, right? That is what the thing is there. Like if you have replaced E by F here, then no matter what your sentence, F is going to be repeat multiple times, like the multiple time E is there. So it is what, once you get the frequency analysis things, Then just you can go ahead with, this is what we can say the language characteristic in a terms of English. So this is like in terms of e sentence will be used multiple time, and there are other letters and other letters like Z, J, X, Q that has some kind of a rarely use. Consider any kind of a paragraphs, okay, in general. So this is what one kind of a sentence, that's what they have done the analysis. So here you can see the certain letters in terms of some sample paragraphs, that's what they have taken, that how many times it is going to be repeats, so and so on. And according to that, they have done that certain letters are going to be like here, sorry. So like here we have Z is replaced by very less, X is done by less. So what we have to do is we have to try to use this frequency analysis, of course, compared to the Caesar cipher brute force where you can write a program and done. Here you have to involve something, okay, a human factor also, that whatever the this frequency, and that was discovered in the 19th century by certain scientists, that this using this thing, these plots, you can try to make it frequency analysis, and then you are going to do it. I think in algorithms, we have a Huffman coding, if you have studied those things. So in a Huffman coding, what you have to do is you also have to do this frequency calculations, that character how many times it is coming, according to you, that you will do the encoding and you are sending to the receivers. So that is the way this pairs you have to find it out. So we will take one kind of example cryptanalysis. So for example, this is what the ciphertext is there. So of course some letters here are repeating unnecessary multiple times. So using these repetitions, we can try to get it that yes, this is what a particular sentence. So once you do the count of frequencies here, so you will get P and Z are repeated multiple times. So now you have to come with the guessing. It can be correct that maybe P is the T, Z is the E, but at least you will get some kind of a notions of whatever the possible plain text, and then from that you will try to get it, okay. So similarly here Z and W, that's you can try to convert with the how many times it is going to be repeat multiple. So the TH and ZWP, the word is there. So similarly it is going to be best match with our the sentence, because in any language the will be generally most useful. So that ZWP is going to be converting THE. So it means Z and W and P somewhat you have tried to break. So using this trial and error things, you are going to break it. Of course, it will take some time, but yes, after some particular kind of this tips and tricks here, you can try to get what is the exact message. So this is what the exact message that is from the ciphertext to the plain text, okay. So this is a kind of using the frequency analysis of a particular things, we can try to make it. So this is a kind of, you can say again, the mono alphabetic. It means you will take one character, you will replace with another character, and you are going to put it down, okay. So now we are going with the next one, again in a mono alphabetic. So this is what the word is Playfair cipher. Now I suggest all the students that try to take this ciphers as a kind of a puzzle, okay. The more you will try to track as a puzzle, you will try to able to understand, and you will try to find out what is the way you can try to break the things, okay. So it means in general, the people are again, once they have discovered that this frequency analysis attack is there, can we try to improvise the mono alphabetic, or somewhere we can try to do it, okay. So this they want to try to improvise. So let me go with the Playfair ciphers. So better I will go with one examples. So this is by persons. So now you can see that we have started with Julius Caesar, and now we have ended up as of now in 1854, and I think soon you will also will be reached to the 2021. Okay, that's also we are going to reach, and maybe if some of you is going to work in either as a part of your research project, or as a part of your profile in a company, maybe I will be happy that you will get a chance to improvise these things, and in future I will use your name that this is what invented by the students, the revised ciphers. So take an example of the Playfair. So let's go with, it is kind of a 5x5 matrix. Okay, so this is where they are going to play it here. So we will see that how this 5x5 matrix we are going to fill. Okay, so consider what is the first key here. Okay, so as you know, in Caesar cipher we have a shifting is the key. In the next one we don't have a key, but we can try to convert in whatever the frequency. Here we have a one key, monarchy. So now can you tell me how from the monarchy keyword this table is prepared. Keyword can be anything, understood? It is not only monarchy, it can be any keyword. So from the keyword that is actually a key, you have to prepare this particular, table. That is the way you have to prepare. So the same kind of a table is going to be work on the receiver side, on the sender side. So whatever the keyword that is fixed on both the sides, they have to create these tables. So there are, I think, let me see if anyone try to tell. Okay, Poojan, can you tell me if you, yes?
It's quite simple. Monarchy is all the letters in the monarchy are removed from the conventional alphabetical order, and then all the remaining ones are just written in the alphabetical order. So,
okay, for example, if I let's say write down, sorry, try to change something. Let's say I will write M one more, monarchy M. So do I replace here B with M?
No, sir.
there cannot be a word which has repeated letters.
Very okay, good answers. Okay, so I think it is correct that whatever the word we are going row by row, we have to put the character with no repetitions. Okay, so ultimately we have total, actually if you know that we have 26 letters in our ABCD, but it is a 5x5 table, so only 25 we can accommodate. So for one character, that is I and J, that's they have put that whenever there is a I, you have to slash J. Whenever there is a J, you have to slash I. So I and J is always be in a kind of a combined. So in that way it will be always be there. Even though I and J is coming in a keyword also, you have to put in a slash. That is the way you have to do it. Okay. So that it will be a kind of for other letters other than I and J, they will get all one corners. For I and J, they have to share their corners. That is the way. And once you complete your keyword, then you have to start with the remaining letters. Okay. So A is already taken in monarchy. So B is done. C is already taken. That's why the D is done. So now it means you have to go, row by row. First row complete, second row, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay. So this is the way your table is prepared. Okay. So I think table will be clear to everyone that how from the keyword you have to prepare the table. Now once your table is prepared, then we are starting with our encryption and decryption process. Okay. Okay, so let's go with our kind of playfair. Okay, let me go with first encryptions. So at a time you have to take only 2 letters, right? That's you have to take at a time. Every 2 letters will be taken from plain text message. Plain text can be any length of message can be possible. So from all the we are dividing 2 letters and we are going to take it. But sometime what will happen? We have a repetition of letters, right? Let's say the first thing is there balloon. Now if I divide into 2, what will happen? BA. It will be 2 letters. But here you can see that once we have a BA, we have a double L. Now that is what create a problems here. Okay, so we cannot use double L. 2 consecutive same letters we are not allowed. So for that what they have done is they are liking the filler X. So you can see that BA. Now there is a repetition, so we are putting a 1X. The moment we have put 1X, the remaining LO will be there. So that's why you can see that double O is not now combining, right? Because double L is already combined and we have separated double L. That's why double O also becomes separated. Otherwise, if double O is also coming, then also we have to put a X filler in that, right? So this is right ON. Okay. So first task you have to do it that if there is a repetition in the plain text, you have to divide into 2 chunk part and then you have to make your plain text. Okay. Yet make sure this is just a starting. Okay, it is not yet encrypted. Make sure. Okay, just don't go try to confuse with the words encrypts. It means that first you have to convert those repetition letter in this way and then you have to start encryption process. Okay, so make sure all the pair of 2 letters, 2 characters that you have, there is no repetitions, right? That was the first steps of a plain text. So first you have to convert your plain text again in a, you can say the revised plain text in which 2 consecutive letters are not same. Correct? That is the way it will be there. Okay. If there is a space, you can ignore the space and you can continue. Okay, so space is there, then you have to ignore the space. You have to combine the words and then you can continue. So first steps clear. Okay, now I will go with the next steps. Once we have a revised plain text, it means there are two pairs and note are having the same. Then we are going to use the word AR to RM. Okay, so let's better I will try to go here. How the AR become the RM? I will ask you better in way of puzzles so that you people, get to know. It is written that if we have a two letters, right, whatever the two pair we have prepared, if both the letter falls in the same row, right, then it convert in some magic so that it, that example that I will give you, that AR is the same row, first row you can see, it is convert in RM. How? We have a AR, it is convert in RM. Can you tell
Sir,
how?
we are circulating the first row.
Very good. So A is circulated to next letter in the same row. R is circulated to arms. Okay. So A is here and R is here. Okay. So M, if there is an M in the message, M and O, but make sure it is applicable to those pair. They belongs to the same row. Correct. So that is what for a row. So make sure again, similarly, if we have a for a row, we surely have something for columns also. Now consider if we have a two letters in the same column. For example, we have a M and U. That we want to encrypt. So it will convert in C and M. So now can you tell me how it is converted?
Column circulation.
Very good. The way you have done row circulations, M is convert to C, whatever the next letter. Okay, and U is convert to M. So U is there. Okay, so if there is a C in the letter, it will convert to E, E is convert to L, L is convert to U, U is convert to M. Now this is done for a column. If your both the letters are in the same column. Okay. Now, if we don't have both the letter in same row, we don't have both the letter in, kind of a same column, and then how we can try to, do the thing. So let me take one example. H and S. Okay, this is HS. So H is there in the, I can say, second row, and S will be there in the fourth row. Okay, so HS will convert to B and P. Letter B and letter P. How?
Diagonal.
Diagonal? We have a H here, we have a S here. This is what we have selected. That's why I write it down. So can you see some resemble here? I think if I create this, and this, if I have a two letter, then maybe they are going to meet at some place. If I go to the same row, same column, right? Somewhere they are going to meet. So you can see that if whatever the kind of, that they are going to match here. So that they are going to match in the same row of H in the same row B, and similarly for the S, the same row is P. So that's why S and P. Okay, let me give you another example. Make sure those who are in the same row, that is match with the other letters column, right? That's we are going to put it. Okay, let me give you a kind of tricky one. E and M. What is the answer? Oh, sorry, I think E and M are in the same column. What is the answer of E and M?
LC.
Very good. Let me take next one. E and A. What is the answer?
I and M.
IJ and M.
I and
M.
very good. Okay, one answer is either I and M or J or M. Both are a valid answer, right? Okay, so whenever you have I, J, both are matching, you have two possibilities will be there. So of course you have to try both the possibility and then your message will be prepared, right? So let me take another examples. I can give you any fixed letter, so X, R. Okay, now this time let me going to select a student to try to give me the answers, possible answers. Khushi, can you suggest what will be the possible answer?
So are we going row wise or column wise?
Can you see in a row or column? X and R both are in a different row, right?
Yes, sir, but it can be ZA or AZ.
It can be Z
ZA or AZ.
or
AZ.
no. Whenever you have a particular letter, the other letter in the same row, right? What they are matching, right? Here Z is there, that is matching here. They are in the same row of X. So that's why X is replaced by Z. Okay. Similarly, R. So the other letter that is matching here is A. In the same, kind of the things is R and A. This they are matching, and A is in the same row with a R. So that's why this is what the actual answer Z and A. Okay. Good. So just you have to replace with the same letter in a same row, but that is in a matching with the other letters column. Okay, that's good. Looks like I don't have to miss the puzzle this time, right? Already the ciphers I'll try to present as a puzzles. Yeah. So this is what the thing is that's what we people have done this thing. Okay, these are the rules. Either first you have to convert your plain text in a revised plain text. Once you convert your plain text in a revised plain text, then you have to start the either whatever the two pair of the letters, they are in the same row, they are in the same column, or the third one. Okay, if they are not in the same row or column, then whatever is other letters row in the column that they are going to match, you have to take it. Good. Now, how many kind of you can say the security of this cipher? Of course, how many kind of a diagrams we have? All the possibilities of all the letters. So generally we have this many particular kind of a diagrams, right? So of course we require more frequency tables. The reason is that now the same letter you cannot claim that it always map to the same other letter, right? Okay, it's like what we have done in a Caesar cipher, that whenever we have a B, or whatever we have done in a mono alphabetic cipher, that when we have a letter B, for example, it match with a X. Here you cannot say the B is always match with a X. Why? For example, just things is there. If I give you B and D, or if I give you B and A, okay, do I always say that B is always, for example, in B and D, my answer will be D and C, right? In a ciphertext. In B and A, what is my answer? Either in terms of I and B or J and B. That is the way it will be there. So here B is mapped to the D. Now you can see, while here B is mapped to the I. So you can see that this is what a beauty of this Playfair cipher. Even being a mono alphabetic, at a time you are taking one letter, you are trying to convert with other letter. That is the way you are going to do it. So that's why compared to the other Caesar cipher and the previous ciphers, here same letter changed to other letters. So that's why straight away you cannot say it is a frequency analysis attack is possible, right? Because one time B is converted to D, one time B is converted to I. So it means if you take the letter E here, the frequency letter, the letter the character having a more frequency, sometime it convert to C, sometime it convert to, you know, kind of a F, sometime it convert to any other letters. That's why it is going to be there. Okay, so the frequency table is, you know,
Sir,
yes.
sir, is it compulsory to shift in reverse or anti-reverse, clockwise or anti-clockwise, or we can do both?
No, you have to fix one thing, because for a receiver they have to do reverse, na, so that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so sender is go in a clockwise, receiver will go in anti-clockwise. That's why they have to use it.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, balloon has 7 letters, but repeating letters, and we have paired it 2 to 2. But what if some word has 7 letters but not repeating letters?
Yeah, that's in that case you can always filler a X at last. That's not a problem. To make it a pair of a 2 letters at last, so you can put a X as a filler always. And if there is a X is already there, then you can replace X with other letter. For example, the last letter is X, right? Okay, in that case you have a double X. And in between also, sometime in a you know, kind of a message you have a double X, then you can replace those X with a Y, okay, or any other letter. That is fine. Got it?
Yes.
Yes, so I think it is, you can say in other way padding. Maybe sometimes, you know, in the network packets, also if there is not enough amount of a bits on the last packet, then the certain padding will be done. It is will be sent, so that for a attacker the size of your packet will be remain same, right? So it's like to kind of make it done. So I think you have, you know, seen in some movies or something when the people are taking a certain, you know, kind of maybe let's say gold or money or something from one person another. They have a same trucks. So sometimes they are taking, and even order to make it, it looks like it is same heavier. They are putting a dummy things in other things, filler or something in some other things, so and so on. So same thing also in this security field. Whenever the last things, like here we have a 2 pairs that is missing, we are going to do the filler words. Okay, and similarly on a receiver side, those filler words, because those are the last thing, they are going to remove it. Okay. Perfect. So I think decryption part I will put you as a homework. Okay, maybe if I remember, then I'm going to ask you with the letters how you do the decryptions, but it is, you can see that we are going in a clockwise. So in a receiver they have to go in anti-clockwise. Similarly for the third one also, column 1, they are going to in a reverse wise, what they are going to be matching, and then you will get the letters. Okay, but everything works when you have a same kind of that particular diagram or the 5x5 table, play fair that table in the receiver and sender side, right? Okay, so it means you have a kind of a more frequency thing is required, but anyhow still, yeah, yes, I think this is kind of try to motivate you people that this cipher was well useful in World War I by this military persons at that time. So that's, now you can try to see that if a cipher is used in a World War level, where you can see that World War, it means, I think those who have done with the, you know, history with World War I, as I told you that we will see a ciphers that's were used in world wars. Okay, and those have changed, and let me tell you, with my knowledge, whatever I have studied in the World War I and II, one of the reason, one of, you can say, the major reason or strong reasons or vital reasons that the people are losing in a world war, either 1 or 2, because their codes are, you know, decrypt. So this imitations game, those movies that you have seen, similarly. So this thing is that because if you know your enemies, you know, kind of moves in advance, you can play the counter moves. So even those who are not seeing these things, let me tell you in your ways. For example, in terms of badminton, or I will take the example of chess. Okay, the best play, because I know a little bit chess. So best play in chess is that if you know what is the opponent game by getting their moves, then you have to make them that the person enemy assume that he is playing his game, but actually he's playing your game. So you are playing your game by on their particular pieces. So that is going to be checkmate. Okay, similarly in terms of players, like in terms of badminton here and here, if I know the point of that thing, so that's I have to find the weak spot and I have tried to attack in that things. Okay, this is what a kind of a game strategy. So here in terms of world wars, so the countries are also interested because you are well aware that they have a kind of a somewhat communication. They are sending a message from a main of kind of their headquarters to the the ships, those who are traveling in the sea, the troops, those who are traveling on the kind of a ground. So every time right now we have a kind of a system available that we can easily send a message here to the anywhere with whatever. But at that time this type of things is not that much easily, and even the people are probing, and in a you can say in a world war time every things are going to be probed. Okay, right? So whenever your packets is out from your machines, you have to assume it is in open channel. It means anyone can take it. And by the time, because let's say if the enemy will try to crack the code in, for example, 80 days or 90 days, okay, but by the time the event is happened, there is no meaning, your code is done. Even let's say the monarchy is the code, after 80 days you will get to know the monarchy is code, but there is no meaning. The whatever the event that's supposed to be happen using that message, that is done in 80 days, right? And afterwards they have changed the code. So it means again you have to try the new particular cipher table, you have to try to get it, so and so on. Okay, so that's why people try to use this. Sometimes the fix your this no one plain text, what we have done this thing, that if our morning message are only a good morning, we always start with the good morning and so on. Using that thing they are trying to take it. Okay, this is the first message is a good morning, let's try to see what is the particular kind of a ciphers. That's which will be there. Okay, yes, of course. So with current situations with few hundred letters, well, it's look if we are going with a human writing, a few hundred letters are not easy, right? If I ask you to crack Caesar cipher using pen and paper method, it's easy for you. But if I ask you to crack this Playfair cipher using pen and paper, it is not easy. But we are talking not only about pen and paper method, we are talking about the machines, right? Those who can do the millions of operations in a fractions of seconds. So using that thing, using the structure, using so and so on things, using certain few hundred. So compared to the 26 possible plain text, you have a somewhat more kind of a letters. And from that you have to do the analysis and you have to get it. But with our current technology and with this thing, as of now with certain efforts, this cipher is as of now is that much not secure. Okay, so that's why again there is a people are trying to change the things. So now we are converting our mono alphabetic with the poly alphabetic. What is in the mono alphabetic? One letter or one or two letter in the pair. That's you will take generally one, and then you are going to convert in other letters. Okay, now we are converting in a poly alphabetic. Poly alphabetic, it means that at a time we are going to take bunch of letters. Okay, we are going to convert, take bunch of letters, we are going to convert, so and so on. So that is what our poly alphabetic. Yeah. So and of course compared to mono alphabetic, poly alphabetic is hard because it's like many multiple meaning of the same letters will be converted, because you are taking a bunch of letters and you are going to convert. Okay, so that's why it is we are going to try to do it. Yeah. So this is what we are taking one example of the cipher of polyalphabetic. I think yes, we have somewhat time, so I will take one example of this cipher. So at least you people get to know the difference between monoalphabetic and polyalphabetic. Okay, so this is a kind of, yeah, they are always writing the word simplest. So I can say now Caesar cipher is the simplest monoalphabetic cipher. Okay, so actually what they are doing is they are kind of combining a multiple Caesar cipher multiple times in other ways. So that's why you can say if I combining the logic of monoalphabetic multiple time, it may be helpful in creating a logic for a polyalphabetic. So consider we have one key that is given. So keys of certain bits kind of a or certain letters in our word. That is the way it is going to be true. Okay. So let's say one, I think better I will take one example. So encryption and decryption, there always be a reverse. So whatever way you are going to do encryptions, the decryption is will always be in a reverse way, right? So this is first example. Let me take it. So that's you will, for example, my keyword is the deceptive, right? In the Playfair cipher, my keyword was monarchy. So here my keyword is deceptive. So for example, the deceptive and then I will play with the plain text, right? So now you can see here, my deceptive is coming multiple times. This is deceptive. This is deceptive. That's you can see again deceptive. Okay, and now this is my plain text. Okay, we are discovered. Oh yeah, save yourself. That is what the message is here. So we are going to combine this thing, right? So what we have to do, a simple kind of, again, you are combining D plus W, right? So you convert with A equal to 0, B equal to 1, so and so on. Ultimately, you are going to add. So W, it means X, Y, and Z, 0, 1, 2, 3. So D is replaced with the D3. So if you convert these letters in a numbers, assume A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, D is 3. That is the way. So what you have to do, you have to do the additions. So now how the additions will be done? So here we have a D plus W, that is done here. E plus E done here. Okay. So every time this particular block I will take at a time, and I'm going to do it. Okay. So at a time the entire block is taken, and then it is going to be do. So that's why it is going to be done. Okay. And then they are going to give you the ciphertext. Now how they are going to get the plain text if I give them ciphertext? Any guess? If I give you the plain text Z, I, C, V, T, W, that is what a ciphertext. How can you give me plain text from a key?
Just simple things are adding over there, the plain text, and for the ciphertext we have to subtract.
Well, correct. It's the simple that you are doing a additions in a encryption. And as I told, decryption is reverse. So it means addition, the reverse of addition is subtraction. So here for getting the plain text, you have to do subtract the key from the ciphertext. Simple. Again, you are taking in a block, meaning block done, block done. Okay. Now it may happen right now your message is equal to the deceptive word. If it is not fine, either you can cut the key part. Okay. So whatever the key letters at last, for example, if the last bunch is of only 4 letters, then you will take the 4 letters from here and you can try to send it. Okay, that is fine. So that's the ciphertext will be there. Okay, so now you can see compared to the monoalphabetic, here we have taken a bunch of entire block and then we are going to do it. Okay, we are not taking a one things, we are going to take the multiple things. Okay. Yes, so I think yet the concern of security here. Let me go. So again, maybe I'm converting a letters fine in a multiple, different letters according to my key, but it does not mean that my entire frequency is totally lost. Okay, so it means kind of whatever the frequencies, and then I will see that whatever, because ultimately it is a combining a multiple Caesar ciphers, in other words, right, doing a plus and minus. So from that I will try to see that with certain combination of frequencies letters which is here and there, that if there is I'm going to get it, and from that multiple possible plain text I'm going to get, and from that one will be my final answer. Okay. Okay, so I think now let me try to stop here. Better to go in other things. Let's go. I've got some chats messages. Very good. Okay. Okay, so any other thing from the student? Okay, let me try to stop the recording.